Well, hello, my beautiful artist friends. This is Tammy Michelle, and I'm signing on this morning with lots of things that I want to do and say to you and show you. I am just sitting here in my studio and holding some things here. Got my coffee, signing on from Louisville, Kentucky, and today is a beautiful day. The Kentucky State Fair is going on. Let me get a drink. I love my coffee. Set that over here. Tomorrow I'll be going to the State Fair. Okay, back to what I was saying. I'm going to be going to the Kentucky State Fair tomorrow with my family. And I don't know what happened. My phone cut me off. I think I was running out of space, so I had to free up some space on my phone. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to have to do some data cleaning and figure out how to get these videos on there without it taking up all my space. But anyway, take another sip of that coffee and let's just get started. This is one of the little cards that I made in my last video that you all have probably seen. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and check that out. And if there's anything that you like on this video, if you're enjoying watching, please like and subscribe because that helps me out as I am new getting started. And this is just a channel where I'm just sharing my art journey and just sharing some of the things that I love to inspire others because I've been inspired by other people. And yeah, so just make sure to give me some love. These cards here, this is the Songs of Nature. I like to write on some of mine. It's just like if it inspires me, but obviously this is not what I painted it to be, but I just felt like that looked like a guitar and a musical instrument. And so I kind of drew in some strings there with my mark making and just kind of played with it. And I absolutely love that. I wish I had made this bigger, but I've gotten into making these smaller size cards and they're just easier to work with for me right now instead of having to fill up a huge canvas or a big piece of paper. So I'm really liking these and I'm going to come back and do some more mark making on this later, probably in this video. I'm going to set those aside. And I did want to show you, since there are people on here that probably are into smaller paper. This watercolor paper is 140 pounds. And as you can see, I only paid like $4 for this at Hobby Lobby. And it's just a cute little book that is, let's see, it's 4 by 6 inch. How cute is that? So if you just wanted to make some small art, there's all kinds of cute 4 by 6 inch frames if you wanted to frame them. I just think that's really cute. So I bought those over the weekend. And this is my swatches from my new Kuretake paint set. Aren't those gorgeous? I just wanted to show you those. I love the metallics down there. I just really love these. So this is the paints that I'm going to be using today. And I also bought some new metallic paints, and these they're just like very bold colors, and I just want to see what these look like on the paper. So this video is, the point of this video today is just to show you how to break a blank page, and today we're going to be using watercolor to do that. Other days we might use collage or mixed media, or who knows what we might get into. But today I bought a new watercolor journal that I'm going to show you here in just a moment. But before we get into that, I bought this book, How to Be More Tree. And I thought I would share this with you. This book is not like information. It is full of a lot of good information. That's what I was getting ready to say. It's full of a lot of good information, but also just the beauty of it is its simplicity, and I love the art in it. And it just says the essential life lessons for perennial happiness, illustrated by Annie Davison. If you see that tree there, I'm a lover of trees and birds. I love trees and birds. I'm always drawn to them. And I saw an artist that I follow from Canada, Allison Durant, she had showed this book on her channel, and I went to Amazon and picked it up, and I thought, oh, this is going to be awesome. But I love the aspen tree, so I was just going to show you this little section here today. It says, draw strength from others. Making the effort to connect with those around us can bring powerful results. The aspen knows there's no prize for acting like a tough guy who doesn't need anyone. In fact, belonging to something bigger than themselves is key to their strength. Each straight trunk tree may look like a tall and proud individual, but under the surface, it is part of a single organism, connected by their root system to all the other trees in the stand. If one tree is closer to the water or important nutrients, it can share the goodies with the rest of the gang. And that just resonates with me. I am, personality-wise, I'm an Enneagram 9. I love being closely connected to others. And this tree, I think, you know, personality-wise, I feel like I can relate to this tree. I like being closely connected. I like having a community base with others, and that is one of the reasons why I'm on here as an artist, as a new artist, learning my style, just trying to build a community, trying to just be here for other people as others have been here for me. So I just thought I'd share that today. And here is this watercolor journal. I took the paper off. It is just a Master's Touch brand journal. It has a faux leather cover on it. It's 10 by 7 inch, and it's 140-pound paper, acid free. I think I paid like $12.99 for it. So we're just gonna open this up together. And on this very first page, we are going to just start. And if you are like me and you're like, I don't know what to do to start, and you're just thinking, I don't want to mess it up, I need to have a plan. This is kind of an exercise for myself, so maybe this will inspire you to do this, but I'm just going to pick up the paintbrush and I'm just going to start making some marks, and we're just going to see where this goes. And I really want to use these metallics today, so I may not use them for the entire page, but let's just pick out a color. I think, let's see. Let me pick up my brush. I'm going to use a number 12 round brush and just dip it into my clean water over here. And let's just see what color. I really feel like this color right here is speaking to me today, so I'm just going to go into that color. I don't know the name of this color. Let me see if it's on there. If there's a name. It looks like this is the rose gold, which is beautiful. I love rose gold jewelry. It doesn't surprise me that that one was calling to me. So I'm just going to just make a line. Ooh, that is so pretty. Right across the page. Now that page is no longer blank. I'm going to add some more water just to spread it around a little more. I'm loving that. This is kind of giving me the feel of like a desert. Beautiful. It's so pretty. Drop some more color in some places. I'm just dipping into that paint and just dropping in more of that color in some spots where I'd like it to be a little bit darker. And with the watercolor, I'm just letting it do its job. I'm letting it move across the paper. And I love the movement of it. I think that's what really made me fall in love with watercolor, is that I remember painting with it in high school and not really liking it, but as an adult getting back into it, which I just want to say right there, it's never too late to get back into painting if that's what you love, because totally in love with painting. But I feel like as a younger artist, I wanted more control. I needed to control what happened, so that I wasn't a big fan of watercolor. I liked acrylics, and I liked sketching and doing things like that where I had more control and I could erase. But I like now, being an adult, just putting the paint and just letting it do its thing. Putting it on the paper, letting it spread, letting it do what it will, because I'm more into the intuitive and letting the paint kind of dictate where the piece goes. So I'm gonna dip into this brighter color, and this is a bronze. So we're gonna do the bronze. I'm feeling like desert, and then maybe like a bronzy sunset. This is gorgeous. I'm loving these colors. I'm liking how they blend together. So pretty. I'm curious when they dry completely how much of a sheen they're gonna have, how much of a shine, because that's what I love about these metallics, is they, as you can see, they're kind of the little flecks in there that give off the light. I almost just then put my paintbrush into my coffee, which means I probably need to take a drink and get it out of the way. All right. I'm gonna grab my Kiritaki paints, and we can mix up the paints just a little bit and not use all the metallics, but we've got a good base of metallic there. We may come back and put some more on. Let's see. These. I'm hoping the audio is okay today. I turned off all my fan in here that I usually have going so that we don't have any background noise. But here are my Kiritaki paints. That one's dirty. I need to clean that up. But I'm looking to see what would be a good color that's gonna make that pop. And I'm really drawn to this color right here. And that color is actually called Ultramarine. The ultramarine blue, purple, it's bluish purpley. So we're gonna get some of that color. And I'm gonna put it down right next to that bronze and see how that looks. When painting and using colors, I don't know what you guys do, but I just like to get the color that I'm drawn to. I like to get the color that I think is going to complement the color that I have on the paper. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I just feel like sometimes I just want to experiment and see what the colors are going to do together. And I like that. So if you're on here and you're still following this to this point, comment below and let me know what color it is that you're drawn to most. Are you drawn to more cool colors? Are you drawn to warm colors? Just drop something in the comments and let me know where you're from and what's your favorite paint color. What is it that you like to put down on the canvas? All right, I'm going to get, I believe, a more neutral color. I think this color here is the, let's see, the rose beige. And I'm just dipping into that color there. Getting a pretty good amount on my brush, and then I'm just going to swoop it next to that. Aquamarine color. That is beautiful. I love that. And I love how it's moving into the color, making that little rise there. It's so pretty. I think what I would love to do on the bottom is do another neutral, and I'm thinking maybe the gray next to that warm rose gold. I'm gonna see what that looks like. Just drop a little bit in there. It's very cool. I feel like the grays and neutrals, they really make these colors pop. I got a little splash in there, that's okay. Just gonna let that run together. Loving what those colors look like when you kind of spread them out. You can see more white through the paper, or white through the paint. It looks pretty. I'm just gonna let that kind of fan out there, make a little shape. And then I think down at the bottom, I would love to make some shapes. So let me see. What color do I want for the bottom? Maybe some raw umber. Let's see. Or no, actually I'm gonna do some burnt sienna. Let's do the burnt sienna. I'm gonna dip into that. Oh, I love that. Love this color. It just reminds me of fall. And I don't know, in your part of the world, do you have fall? I know some people don't have the different seasons. We do here in Kentucky. We have fall, and it's a beautiful fall with all the leaves changing, and the temperature gets where I like to call it sweatshirt weather. That's like my favorite. When you can wear a sweatshirt and you can go out in your jeans and be comfortable, and it's cool and crisp in the mornings. I love that. So I love these colors. I love the color combo there. And I think that's all I'm gonna do to that page, because I'll come back later and do some embellishments and mark making on that. And so I'm gonna set this aside and let it dry, but oh my goodness, I love these colors together. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is what I would call a great start for, this is a background, of course. Or this could be your finished work, however you like. This is abstract, it's just putting in the colors on the paper. I could come back later after this dries and add layers. I could add some acrylics, and that's probably what I'll do, is either add some collage or acrylics or some mark making to finish this off. But I'm gonna set it aside so we can let that dry. And I'm gonna get out some pages that I've done, and we'll decide which one we want to do some marks on. This one, of those greens and orange colors. This was one that kind of reminded me of a night sky. And so I wanted to add maybe some stars in there. I'm definitely going to do some layers on this one. Let's see. And if you're into mark making, I suggest that you practice your marks and just have a sheet that, like I did this sheet, and I know this looks like a crazy mess, but I basically just put shapes down, and I did just a bunch of experimenting with my paints. These were just Crayola paints that I had just laying around the house, and I was just getting some things down and just looking at what could work, what didn't work, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I love. I love things in nature. All of this was just paint at first, and then as you see little areas now that looks like a hillside with trees on it, and this looks like maybe a twister going up through there, and there's a tree here, and there's a bird, and none of that existed except after I intuitively painted this and then allowed myself to envision what I wanted it to be. So, you know, you got the little flower here, you have a leaf, a little rosette, stars, there's another flower with that metallic and dots. I love lines, so the line work on here and these little metallic pins make really cool marks. If you like that really shiny pin mark, it's these right here. These are Wexford outline markers, and they're really neat. I'll just show you with this green tip one here. They all have that silver lining in there, and it's just that. Let's see where the camera is. I can't see if it's focusing on you or not, but it's just that little tip there. And you can just go into any of your work and you can use this to make a line. I'm just going to make it over here. And when it comes out, it looks green, but then as it dries, it has that metallic line, and it makes a little outline around anything that it does. So you can make your marks if you want to add a touch of green and you really want it to pop and have that metallic feel, and when it dries it's going to look similar to these marks over here, because this was actually done with a pink. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, just practice your mark making, get inspired. I love making the little crosses. I like making these little loop-de-loos. I love birds, of course, and trees, so I always try to see if I can make a tree. The florals, the almost like just circular motion of the abstract and the dots and these little squigglies and the rainbow arches, and yeah, it's just fun. So I'm going to set that down, set it aside. And let me see. This is one that I did here recently that I finished. This was actually an artwork that was inspired by another artist that I mentioned earlier, the artist Allison Durant. She is a wonderful artist that I followed. I just started following her as I started seeking out my own style, and I just love the way that she does her paintings, and she does the same thing that I'm talking about. Is she just puts the watercolor down and then she goes back and makes the marks. And this one, let me come out just a little bit so you can see the whole painting. You know, I just made the marks and made this look kind of like the galaxy, kind of hugging this world up in the air, and it says imagine your world. And I've got the metallics dropped in there, a little bit of, looks like sunlight poking through. This could be a moon or a sun, and some trees, water and mountains and the birds, and it's just really whatever you can imagine. I love the way the blue and coupling with the darker there made that kind of pop out, the contrast. And I just use a silver pen to draw in those mountains, and you can kind of see the reflection on those, and a gold up here. So it's just, you know, me playing around, and this has become one of my favorites. I love that piece. When I first started, I started doing more people, and I created this girl. This was going to be like a larger journal page, and I had written all over it, and then did painting, and then did some acrylics, and then did like the oil rubs over top of that. And you can just really play with all the different mediums and all the different things just to kind of see what you love. Let's see, what did I do with that one? I was going to do some more mark making on. I set it down, and now I've lost it. Well, I'm guessing that I'll find it here soon. Oh, here it is. I was gonna say we could do it on this one, but I was actually wanting to work on this one because I had started, this is just so soft, and I love the colors on this, and I had started just making some marks with those oil pastels, and just put some marks on the top and bottom of this, but I really want to come in here and just give it some more character and some things. So I was just going to do something right now on this live. There's not going to be any editing of this, so you're going to just kind of see my thought process. So I'm deciding, do I like it like this? Do I want to turn it this way? How do I want to view this? I can't remember if I painted it in this direction. I'm feeling like I must have done it this way because these marks are going up. So I like that. I like how it's kind of curving around. So let me see. Let me grab my black pen. This black pen is a Mr. Pen brand pen, and it is, let me see if I know, I think it's a 0.5. I don't see it on the pen, but it's a fine tip black. So this being so soft, it definitely needs some contrast in there, and I want to start off with maybe doing some dot work. Normally I would do white if I had some really dark, but because these are such light colors, I think I'll do some black dots. So I'm just going to come like right here, and on this corner just start doing some dots. And there's really no rhyme or reason to the way I do my dots. Some people like to have them perfectly spaced. I don't. And I usually do, whatever I do in one area, I try to balance it and at least do it in one other area of the painting. So now you see how your eye is like drawn up to that side. And I try to make one or two dots larger. We don't want perfection, or I don't strive for perfection in my art. I don't know if you've ever heard of the wabi-sabi technique, and what that is finding perfection in the imperfection. And that is more where I'm at right now. So I love that concept, and you should pick up that book and read it if you've never read it. It has some great inspiring tools and techniques and ways of thinking about your art. And so I like that. I like the subtleness of that so far. And then I'm going to try to grab, let's see, what did I do? Some of this gold. I have a gold pen here. This one is just a Deco Art Glass paint marker. I've had this thing for years. It's probably not even supposed to even be used on paper. But I use it all the time and I love it. It just makes really cool marks. So I'm going to use this, and I'm seeing this white here kind of outline, and I'm wanting to create like a little leaf in there. So I'm going to come, let's see, which direction do I want it to go? Maybe like this way. Let's see. Let me shake it really good. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Got a little bit of a run going there, but that's okay. Gotta be careful with these paint pens. So we're just gonna let that dry there. And since it's so runny, let me see if I can find my runoff paper. This is paper that I just used to make marks and clean my brush. So let me see what's going on with this pen, if I can get it to write better. Here we go. And then I'm just going to make my marks up to make that leaf. And I don't especially love how thick that is, but that's okay because we can come back later and we can do some different work to that. I could have used my little bronze pen, which I might still, and go around it and outline it later. But I'm immediately wanting to put some of this color in. And this time, before I get it on the paper, I'm going to test it. It's definitely a softer color. This is just a dollar store. It's a Papermate profile, and it is a 1.4 ballpoint pen. And I'm just going to, let's see, what can we do here? Maybe make a mark up this way. Since that one's going that way, make one this way. So we could do maybe a feather going up this way. And just start doing some lines up. You want to make them kind of spaced out and swooping up with some energy, because you want people who look at your work to feel what you've done. I'm just going to make that stem a little longer and thicker right there. And when you do this, you're going to realize what you love and what you don't love. And you're just seeing me doing things that I love and making marks, and then sometimes you regret them and sometimes you love them, but I think that looks pretty. That's a really pretty feather. And I'm just gonna make a few more down here to soften that up. I like to overlap them a little bit. It's pretty, so pretty. And I do feel like it's needing something on this side. Immediately when I look down, I see a little face here, so I'm tempted to like draw in like a little face. So let's see, could use the white maybe to do that, or I could use one of my pencils. This is just a Crayola deep golden, medium deep golden. I'm going to test the color here, and I think that'll be a pretty color. So I just want to come down, make a nose and a mouth, and then a chin, and then come around just like that. And then maybe just make the eye closed. some hair there. I can come back and add details later. But just getting the form of that, and it looks very whimsical. I love the way that hair is going back, and the softness kind of matches that of the feather. And so kind of balances out this big piece in the middle, which I may end up just coloring that in. I think I would like it colored in. But as you can see, that's looking so cute. I'm gonna go and add a little bit more dots and maybe do some larger ones. And so I have the Posca pen. This has a little bit of a bigger tip on it. It's the bullet shaped Posca pen. And I'm going to practice that mark right here just to make sure it has the bigger dot there. And I'm feeling like maybe some dots maybe next to those black ones, kind of coming up this way. And then having them kind of come up this way next to the black ones in the top. Like that. I like the whimsy feel of that. That's really pretty. Really pretty. And so I'm liking that. I think I'm just gonna leave that alone for a minute because this needs to dry, and I'll probably come back and do some different shapes in this area later. I do feel like this area here could use maybe some more color. So one way that you could add more color without doing it with your paint is to use a gelato. So I'm gonna grab my gelatos over here. These are Faber-Castell pastel gelatos, and since this is a very light color work, I'm just gonna pick something that I think would complement the colors that are there. I'll pull this out, and let's see. I'm really feeling like we need like maybe some either peach, maybe that light blue. You know, I think I'm gonna go with this color. And this is, let's see, what's this? It has the color on the side. It says there it's guava. And I'll set that aside. And so I don't know if you've ever used these, but they're very soft. They just glide right on the paper, and I'm feeling like I would love to have some like right here and then maybe over here. So I'm just gonna roll that out and we're gonna go with it. Let's just put some down on the paper right there. And then we're gonna smudge it. And then we're gonna put some down here. And it kind of gives the feel that that is blanketed in underneath what you've done there. So it's added just a little pop of color. I like that. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more pigment and blend it again. Same here. I'm loving that. Love, love, love it. And so now you have another space where you could add more marks. And I could even come in and add some color to her cheeks if I wanted. If I just do it with my finger that already had the color on there and just kind of add that in. So cute. I'm loving that. So it's just fun doing these. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm probably about to cut it off. Let me see where we're at on time. Yeah, we're probably about the 40-minute mark. So let me just hold that up and let me show you the marks. And it's so cute. And this is just like a 4x6, probably-ish size sheet, because this is one of the ones that I cut that I didn't measure. But I'm loving it. I love how it looks. And let's see, what else do we want to add? Yeah. I'm feeling like here we could probably add some trees in. I'm gonna grab just this green pencil and just right here add some marks going up like that, and then some marks going down. That didn't show up quite as well as I wanted it to, so I'm gonna go and try to find a different color. Maybe this deep emerald is what I need. I go over what I already did. So, yes, there we go. There's some trees in there. Loving that. I'm just feeling like that's a little sunset back there. I may come back later and add some different colors of that, but just giving you some examples of what you can do, and just loving that. I might even put like a little sun out there. I have a yellow Papermate 8 Joy gel pen. I love this color. And I'm just gonna add just a little circle right here. A little circle just to give the appearance of what could be a sun, and maybe even put some messy circles around it just to kind of make that pop. So cute. All right, well, I think I'm going to end with this video with that. We'll come back later and do some marks on that journal page, but I just wanted to paint with you, spend some time with you today, and just show you kind of what my process is, enjoying the process and making the process not so laborious, but enjoyable. And yeah, just you see how this transforms. It was paint on the paper, but now you're seeing different levels. You're seeing this come down almost looking like a face coming out of a mountainside, and then you've got trees coming up, and you've got different layers and elements and colors, and you can just play around with it and really have fun. And I hope that you do that today. I hope you get on in your studio and get out the paints, get out your water jar, and just put some color down. And that's just really what I want to inspire everyone to do today. I hope you've liked this video. If you haven't yet, please give us a like and a subscribe, and I will see you next time.